My name's Deborah Glass. I'm an associate professor at Monash University, and we've been funded by the Government Medical Research Council to investigate the effects of PFAS exposure in firefighters. There's a whole lot of different endpoints which have been suggested as being associated with PFAS exposure from community-based studies, mainly in the US. But the question is do they apply to firefighters, who are probably the largest exposed group in Australia? And that's the question we're trying to answer. So we've got a record of most of the firefighters in Australia from most of the agencies, and what we'll be doing is looking at their cancer and mortality rate compared to the general population, and also with the use of medicines and hospital data to look for a number of different outcomes, not just cancer, but things like cholesterol, kidney disease, and seeing if they have more risk of those outcomes than the general population. But importantly, we also want to look at the exposure within the firefighters by who are more and less exposed, because obviously firefighters are pretty highly selected people. They tend to have what's known as the healthy worker effect, which is, fire agencies don't recruit people who have kidney disease, for example. So you have to compare like with like, and just comparing with the general population isn't the best thing. And then what we're trying to do is talk to firefighters and find out how they were exposed, when they were exposed, and what practices, because we really want to try and get a more exposed group and a less exposed group to compare their health risks. That would be the strongest evidence of an effect or lack of an effect. The study will take a little time now, at least another year. It's taking quite a long time to get the ethics approval through to release hospital data, because there's a lot of safeguards around that. And then I need to form some defensible exposure groups to do the comparisons, and then we have to collate all that information and send it to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, AHW, who have the health data, and then we'll be doing the analysis in that protected environment, so that I wouldn't know which health outcomes are associated with any name in the firefighter groups. I think it's really important for someone like me who's outside the industry to get the view of the insiders in the industry, because they're the people who know what actually happened. Coming from the outside, I'm a complete inexpert on firefighting, so I have to gather as much data as I can from the people, in the place to go for that, obviously, to get the group view is a trade union meeting like this one today. So that's my interest. I need their support in any case to get the waiver of individual consent from the ethics committees that oversee the study, but I also need their information. I need to pick their brains about who was exposed, how much and when.